Mr. Chairman, the Finance Minister referred in March last to the difficulty of obtaining the foreign exchange required for the second 5-year plan. He referred to it again in May last, but he said that whatever the difficulties might be, he believed that sufficient resources would be available for the hard core of the plan. In other words, he thought that certain projects which were included in the phrase hardcore of the plan could be carried through, while certain other schemes or projects might have to be left out. His last statement on this subject was made a few days ago in other place. The word that is favored now by the government with regard to the plan is rephrasing. The Planning Commission and the government are now engaged in rephasing the plan. The finance minister, while referring to this, said that whatever the people spoke of the rephasing of the plan or of the allocation or reallocation of priorities, it meant that a little pruning was implicit in the re examination of the plan. Now, sir, we would like to know that exactly this rephasing means. The Planning Commission may not have finished its examination of the question, but I think we can be usefully told on what principles the government are proceeding and what is the extent to which a reduction is likely to be made in the cost of the plan. I read a few days ago, sir, a daily that it was being considered whether the fertilizer projects might be cut out of the plan. Now, the finance minister has told us that what constitutes the hard core of the plan is the production of steel, mining, transport, and power. Now, is the production of food essential for carrying out of the plan or not? It is included in the hardcore of the plan, or has it been given a lower priority than steel and other things? It is very important for us to have this information because we can form our judgments with regard to the rephasing of the plan in connection with the measures that are to be placed before this house very soon. Only when we know that what ideas of government on this subject are, it may not be for the Honorable Finance Minister to state what the exact extent of the reduction in expenditure will be. At one time, sir, we were told that all the schemes in the plan stood or failed together. If greater industrialization was needed, it was necessary that more food should be produced, that education should be spread so that people who can understand the latest technological processes might be available, and so on. It is this that makes it necessary for us to ask how the ideas of the government on this subject have changed and what, broadly speaking, they propose to do now in view of the shortage of foreign exchange and the danger of having resources to deficit financing to a large extent. Sir, I referred a minute ago to the importance of increasing food production. Now, several measures have been taken by Parliament and by government to make more food available to the people. The Essential Commodities Act was amended last year in order to give government the power to requisition stocks believed to be hoarded by grain dealers. Then it was announced that India was being divided into a number of zones because it was believed that restrictions on the free movement of food grains would bring down their prices and consequently lessen the temptation to hoard. Then, sir, in addition to this, the Reserve Bank asked the scheduled banks to reduce the advances made by them for the purchase of food grains because it was believed that the bank advances were being used in order to buy more and more food grains and hoard them. As a result of these measures, the food minister could say 3 or 4 weeks ago that the rise in food prices had already been checked. Let us see first how far the production of food has increased and to what extent to prices have fallen. I shall take first the production of food. The Planning Commission, in its review, the work in the first year of the second plan said that according to the food production program, an addition in food production potential of about 2.5 million tons was expected to be realized in 1956 to 57, and that increase in production is estimated to be of the order of 1.4 million tons. The statement made by the Planning Commission depended on the forecast made at the end of April the Food and Agriculture Ministry. But a week later, the Food Ministry claimed that the production of food was not 66 million tons but a little over 68 million tons. There was a difference of about 2 million tons in the two estimates made at an interval of a fortnight. Stop.